Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spiritual Readiness in the Time of the Shift. As the year ended, one of the things that I did is that I spent the time to review the year, to kind of do an evaluation of the goal that I had set up at the end of 2016 and to see whether I had achieved them or not. And moreover, to kind of evaluate where I'm standing and to plan 2018. And as I did this, I realized that because of the amount of inner work that I've been doing, more specifically, the Dantian meditation that I've spoken about in previous videos, I have grown immensely beyond measures that I don't even begin, I'm not recognizing the kind of being that I'm becoming in a positive way. That my evolution and my growth has been so accelerated that I am barely, it's like I am always becoming. I do this Dantian meditation for 15 minutes every day. I did it already this morning. And as I do this, I am becoming aware of initially the inner darkness, the suppress and repress stuff, the blind spots, the stuff that we're not being honest about. Many times you believe yourself, let's say, to be Bambi. And as you go into the Dantian, which is between your pelvic bones, you begin to discover very quickly that you're not Bambi. Maybe what you are is a little Red Riding Hood. And as you dismantle the first belief and now anchor in this new belief, and here is the mistake of the novice. Many of us, as we're grounding this new belief, we begin to ground it because we desire control. So we anchor that new belief as if it was the complete and total truth with complete rigidity. I'm holding this to be true and nothing, now that I see this, this is what I am. See, as you continue to do this process, and because the earth is moving right now to a frequency of authenticity, transparency, and truth, all secrets will be revealed. And you can find that out in the media right now, whether it is this new book about the presidency in the US that just got out, or for that matter, the Paradise Papers about financial transaction and offshore banking, or the Me Too movement. It is everywhere. So the secrets that you're holding, and this is not planetarily, but the secrets that you're holding from yourself cause the deeper damage, the greatest lies, or the lies that we're telling ourselves. So these lies will be exposed. Now, if you allow these lies to happen through karma, karma is because you're too rigid and you're refusing to learn and you're hanging on to an old belief. Therefore, the universe is now forcing the lesson on you. It's a forced purge. The Dantian process is a process that to learn by grace, where you go into that space on a daily basis for no more than 15 minutes, and you spend the time talking to yourself and trying to discover what sensation, feelings, perception that may exist in that part of your body. And as you do this, you discover not only one thing, but a multitude of things. So as I'm comfortable now that I'm Little Red Riding Hood, the next thing I know, something else comes up and I realize I'm Cruella de Vil, to use more Disney analogy. And then the next thing you know, I'm no longer Cruella de Vil, I'm the Little Mermaid, and so on and so forth. So you have multiple versions of yourself. I personally can tell you, I went to 17 of these major revelations from the beginning of 2017 to the end. And I have evolved and grown in ways that are not imaginable. I have expanded and grown and elevated my capacity to be compassionate. Because when you discover all these things, what it does to you, it removes your inner rigidity and it gives you greater sense of compassion and empathy toward others. because you realize most of the time that the errors and the mistake and what you are condoning, what you're accusing others, not condoning, but what you're accusing others of doing exists within you in some form. In fact, what irritates you the most about others exists in you completely. And so I have learned so much. I have become so much more empathetic and so much more compassionate and so much more caring. My capacity to give and to love has expanded in ways that I couldn't possibly have imagined at the end of 2016. So going into this year, my suggestion to all of you, go back over that old video and learn how to do that Dantian process. Right now, I don't think there is anything that's more, any other spiritual exercise that will yield you more results toward accelerating your ascension process. So I would highly, highly recommend it, because there's a lot of distraction on the outside. There are all kind of catastrophic, polarizing, and divisive events, circumstances that are outside of ourselves that can cause us to begin to unravel, causing inner stress and all of that. And what you need to realize is that these things are just mirrors. They're just reflecting an imbalance that exists in you. Because if you really had no attachment, it wouldn't have irritated you. To the degree that you're irritated and you're foaming at the mouth, it is to the degree that it exists in you. And therefore, more Dantian work to unravel the weakness in your spiritual psychology that has caused you to be that polarized within. To see the blind spot is one thing, but how do you move away from it? How do you heal and repair it? You have to find out what weakness existed, whether this false belief was established in this lifetime and in the past life. What was the false belief that allowed this to take root into your consciousness? What belief erroneously that caused you to construct this house in the sky? And whatever that belief is, you need to fundamentally change it into what's true and what is real. Now, as we grow to these multiple versions of ourselves, my guides have been calling for what they call spiritual agility. It's the ability to move and transition to multiple version upgrade, like a software upgrade, like a window upgrade, multiple version upgrade in a very short period of time. So you cannot have the rigidity because whatever version that I am in right now, this is it, and this is the complete honest truth, and I will be like this for the rest of my life. You will be like this until the next one revealed. That's the point. You have to allow this transition to happen. And this is what I did this year, and I've been guiding my clients and my students to do the same. And if you're doing this, you're going to grow beyond measures. And more importantly, your growth will mirror God's growth. Because after all, God is not a static point. God is perpetually becoming. And as such, if you desire ascension, you desire a merger with God. And if you desire that merger, you should allow yourself to also perpetually becoming. I would like to, before I close, to do a small prayer with you. Surrounded by chaos and fear, love, give me the clarity to find you. Disconnect me to the external narratives and detail that are poisoning my mind. Give me the wisdom to understand that outside events are a reflection of unresolved internal conflicts. Help me focus at the root cause of my disempowerment. I surrender my fears, vulnerability unto you. For you are the benefactor, the giver, the redeemer. Bless me with your divine grace, and may I receive your miraculous and instantaneous repair. Help me remember the truth. I am not alone. Amen. Please like this video, give it a like, and subscribe to the channel. I post once a week another tools, systems, technologies, meditation, or prayer, all moving you toward clarity, merger with God, and ascension. May you be blessed, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you, everyone.